Anyway, I'll turn the time over here for Chris real quick and give us as much information as possible. And the key things that I want here, because he only has 10 minutes, because I don't want to cut into your time. Key piece of information we want is who do you perceive as your audience? And I don't mean demographics. I don't mean this age group and that. Describe how do they think? What do they do? What are they interested in? Describe your audience and what's your current messaging. We've seen some of your marketing materials, but what is your currently? What are you trying to get across? In your taglines and in your branding and that kind of stuff. And what are you hoping to get out of this experience to take your business communications to the next level? That's a lot, even in just a few minutes, but it's not everything that they need to know about you. So, but if you can touch on those main 3 points, that'll be profitable. And you can talk in his mic and kind of wear it, but I have no idea whether it's working.
I'll get nervous if I do that. So can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I've got just a few pieces. I don't know if you got them all, but I thought I'd send these around to kind of give you an idea of what we're already doing. And I'm very excited about this. I feel very fortunate that I was chosen to be in this program because I'm really hoping to get great things out of this. Some fresh new views and looks at our business. My business is a new business. I've been in business for a long time. I had a lawn care company for a long time. It was a franchise that I ended up selling back. And just recently got into the junk removal business. We've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. And we've been growing pretty well in the last 2.5 years. We went from 1 truck the first year to 2 trucks the second year, and we're going to end this year at 5 trucks. So it's been a pretty exciting ride along the way. We have hit some roadblocks, though, as far as growth, because I think we've, in the areas that we know how to market, that's print advertising, we do some internet stuff. When I say we know how to, I mean we're doing some things that are successful. It can always be a lot better than what we're doing, and that's where I'm excited about getting some of these great new ideas. And what we do, we're a full-service junk removal company. Our tagline is, we lift, you relax, you point, we remove. Actually, it's you point, we lift, you relax, we remove is the tagline. So we come and we do all the work for folks. We take the stuff that Republic Services does not take. We go inside people's houses. We remove mattresses, bedroom sets. We do garage cleanouts. And we're on that show, Hoarders Buried Alive. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they have a Vegas one that they did. They asked us to do that. That's not a typical, sometimes that's what people think about when they think of junk removal companies. That's not a typical thing. Hoarders don't want to get rid of their stuff, so they're really not great customers because they want to keep it. Some of the challenges that we're facing, one is scheduling. And these are operational more than marketing, but we are a same-day service. People usually call us. They had something that went on in their lives. They need to get rid of some stuff quick. So we have to be able to respond if we want that business same day. And that's challenging because we can't make a nice, neat little schedule going out a week, where we can fill in all the time slots. So a lot of times we're sitting around twiddling our thumbs waiting for the phone to ring. And sometimes I wish I had 5 more trucks because we're so busy because everybody's moving at the end of the month or whatever happens to be going on. So operationally, that's a little bit of a challenge. And with that challenge, we have some staffing issues too, because we have to find folks that are flexible enough to be able to go home at noon if we don't have any work going on, or able to stay until dark if we have a lot of work going on. So being able to find some folks who have schedules that are flexible and can work with our schedules. So we generally have our drivers of our trucks who need to be a little more qualified because they have to have clean driving records. They have to be of a certain age to do that. And then we have our navigators that sit by the drivers. So we keep our drivers on full time, and the navigators are folks that need to be more flexible with us. The other big challenge for us is we don't have reoccurring revenue. So our revenue is, we may come remove stuff from you, and then we will never see you again. Unlike lawn care, where we were there every week. So we had a customer base that we had, and we kept trying to grow that customer base by doing a good job. This one, the bucket's empty at the beginning of every month. So we have to work on filling that bucket. So the marketing strategy on that type of business versus a service business where you have the reoccurring revenue is very different. So we're very aggressive at marketing, and we have to be able to keep that bucket full. Some of the opportunities that I see that I would like us to be able to take advantage of, if we have a set pricing, we price based on volume. So it depends on how much of our truck we fill up. So we come out with the big, I think you saw the picture of the truck, that's 15 cubic yards. If we fill that entire truck, it's $519. That includes labor, disposal, the crew that comes out. If we fill half of it, it's the new item like a mattress or a couch or something like that. Our minimum stop to get out is $89. One of our challenges is sometimes we get out to folks and it's just not in the budget for them to be able to do what we normally charge or stuff like that. Is being able, and the most expensive thing that we do is drive that truck onto the property. So getting to the property is 85% of the expenses involved in that job. So if we don't get the job, that's all money down the drain. So being able to, when we get out there, try to get something. We certainly don't want to give away our service, but at the same time, we don't want to leave empty-handed because we've already incurred 85% of the cost of getting out of there. Some of the things that we're doing right now for marketing is we do a lot of online stuff. I'm lucky because there's not a whole lot of people in our direct industry, so we have pretty good web presence, and we're on the organic on the first page. And there's only so much you can do, I think, as long as you're in Google AdWords and the organic first page. At least from what I know, and from, I'm probably old school compared to a lot of the folks here, is I don't really know what more we can do with that, other than write Google a check, Bing and Yahoo a check to keep us on the top of the AdWords, and then doing a little bit of the SEO that we do, so we're in the organic section. We also do some print advertising. That's the stuff that we were passing out, anything from hanging flyers on people's doors to mailing stuff off to folks. We're in some of the home improvement magazines. And we also do some radio and TV advertising. So if you listen to sports radio, maybe you've heard some of our commercials. And then we have had a few spots with TV. It's real hard to track our sales with that, so we're a little more selective when we do that type of marketing. So we're really looking for some more ideas to be able to get the word out there and let folks know about our business and what we have to offer. So that's something that I'm really hoping to get from some of you guys. And then the other thing too is we are probably 85% residential. So most of our customers are single-family homeowners, folks in apartments that are moving. And movers are a big part of our base too. A lot of people we do are moving. Moving's expensive, so they take their nice stuff with them and all the stuff they've collected over the years that's junky. It's not worth having movers move it, so they call us to come pick it up for them. But also really trying to get into the commercial end of the business, where we have some of that reoccurring revenue. And we are working with some property managers right now. We are working with some contractors where we do get that reoccurring revenue from those folks as they do jobs and stay busy. It helps to keep us busy as well. But 15% of our total revenue comes from that. So I'd really love to be able to find a way to balance that out. I think it would help even out some of the peaks and valleys that we see in our business as far as work goes. And then this year, we just offered a new service line where we have what are called mini bins. And if on that door hanger that is being passed around, you'll see those, but they're little mini dumpsters. So they're dumpsters that can fit in a driveway, they can fit in a garage. They're a great size for like a kitchen remodel, a bathroom remodel, or for the folks that want to do it themselves. So if they don't want the full service, we can drop off a bin that's the same size as that truck, they can fill it themselves. Maybe they have a project that's going to take them more than just a day, so they get it for 7 days to fill it. So we just introduced that this year. That's been really successful for us. From day one, we've had them all rented out, so we're ordering some more. But that's also another angle of business that we're looking to grow and get some ideas from you as well. And when we first started doing this, we really wanted to come up with a good standard duplicatable model that we could take this and we could plunk this business down in Phoenix, Salt Lake, Portland, and be able to have the same predictable results that we've been getting from here. So we do a lot of tracking. we do a lot of things to standardize our business. We've trademarked the logo and the name, so hopefully we can get out there and maybe make this more than just a regional business, but go international.
Chris, I know that some of these had some burning questions, and I
Okay,
want to
yeah,
get the students to ask a question or two before we
Gotcha.
move on.
Okay.
At least
Shoot.
they said they did.
Yes, most of them.
Who wants to be first, huh?
Does everyone understand exactly what it is that we do? Okay, go ahead.
What do you need and don't need?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What do you need and don't need?
We have two divisions of our business. One is the operations, where we just go out and get the work done, and then we have one that is the marketing side of our business. It's the money we spend on marketing. That's our biggest expense because we have to keep that bucket full. So what I'm looking for are just some new ways to reach new customers. I'm looking for some new marketing pieces to freshen up the stuff that we already have, that may make it more appealing to people, may grab people's eyes better. One of the questions we get when folks call is, what exactly do you do and how does it work? So maybe that's a message that we can put on some of our marketing information so people really do know. So folks that need our business, but it's not real clear what we do on that piece, aren't just glossing over us and finding somebody else.
Tatiana, you had a question?
Who are your main competitors at the moment?
There's a national competitor here in town. They're called 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And they've got a real unique, neat story. I actually know the folks. They're great folks. And they're a professional junk removal company like us. And then there's a couple of I'll call them mom and pop outfits that are here. And then there's a lot of the underground, unregulated junk removers. You may have seen the pickup trucks that have the plywood that goes up and stuff that's falling out of the back of it when they're falling. So we have a lot of those folks. We don't really, I try to distance myself from those people. They are competitors because they're grabbing some of the people that, that would be our customers. But 1-800-GOT-JUNK is the one company with a target on it for us to shoot for. They're the number one here in town. We're number two. They probably do 25% more business than we do, and we hope to overcome them this year.
As a local company, do you participate in initiatives to support the local community? Like,
What do we do?
yeah, like
We do. We and one of our missions is to divert as much stuff from the landfill as possible. We divert about 60% of the stuff we collect through recycling efforts and through donations. Stuff that would be going to the landfill that's actually being redirected. We do that by bringing loads back. We'll separate out the metals, the plastics, the papers. We have a partnership with the Autism Foundation and Salvation Army. So all of our stuff that still has life left to it goes to Salvation Army, and the Autism Foundation gets all of our books. And operationally, that works great for us too, because when we go to the landfill, they charge us by tonnage. So all that stuff that we pull out, not only are we doing the right thing by doing that, and I think our customers appreciate that, but also it makes sense for us economically as well.
So is that your biggest difference from other competitors?
1-800-GOT-JUNK operates similarly. The other competitors, I just don't know a lot about them. I can't find out a lot of information. 1-800-GOT-JUNK's all over the web. It's easy to research them and to know who they are. The other companies, generally advertise by Craigslist and just by, having a sign on a pickup truck that goes by. So I don't know a whole lot about how they do things. I do know that a lot of them aren't licensed. So, not somebody I really want to. I try to distance myself from
I really hate to have to end this here, but really it's only the beginning of a conversation the two teams are going to have with the client, Chris, here, okay? we could go on all day if we didn't have another client here in the wings, and that, and out of respect for them too, we want to give them as much time as well.
I'm always available. You
I'm-
can call me, website, I answer my emails daily, so.
I think we got a pretty good picture of that. Successful business in a short period of time. I think you, my first impression was, because I got one of your door hangers
Right.
on my door last week, my first impression was, why are we taking on this client? Looks like he's got his act together. But he made a good point. No matter how successful, there's always something more you can do. And you have to find that and refine that. And how can graphics be brought into that messaging? And that's what we're doing here. Thank you very much, Chris.